Let's talk about the verification. I know a lot of drivers are happy about it, but the question is it enough?
All right. So Matt, who is in the chat somewhere, actually I'll put up one of his comments. So Matt is an amazing Boston driver, top earner in his city, top 1% driver. So about a year ago, he put a tweet out. I'm on Twitter, so at Sergio AVED. And me and Chris's Twitter handles are in the show notes, so please go follow us. We do tweet quite a bit, and I like Twitter. Anyway, so he tweeted it out saying that, I wish there was some sort of verification and this and that. He even put up a hypothetical verification logo, what it would look like, and like he created one. And I was like, oh, this is an interesting idea. And we've been talking about this anyway. Remember, like what are drivers complaining about, right? Earnings, obviously, safety, which is part of it. Then, unjust deactivations and support. So, and sure enough, when I met the Uber execs, including Dara in November, in LA, they announced that in the package. They said, well, we're gonna do it, but they didn't do anything about a couple, 3 more months. Sure enough, we did work on this quite a bit, and I do have the text message back and forth from who you are. I appreciate this work, although it may not be enough, but it's a great start, and you know who you are. He goes, thanks for working with us on this. I have the exchange back and forth. I cannot show it, but I'm allowed to say it because I took her permission. Anyway, so what is rider verification? Now, they announced this in 12 or 13 cities. You know what the common theme with those 13 cities is, Chris?
A lot of unverified riders?
No, they're the highest crime rates in the country.
Oh, yes. Well, I know Chicago is one of them and a couple others.
Atlanta,
Chicago, it makes sense
I think it's on the next screenshot, I think. But before we can jump there, so this is what the ping screen is going to look like now going forward. There's going to be a verified, the whole word verified is going to show up with a check mark. Okay, so what does this mean? Is this going to stop all crime against drivers? In fact, let me plug behind the wheel again. I'm interviewing the driver in LA who was beat up. He's a 70-year-old man in LA, and the KTLA, in fact, did a news coverage on him. And I got a hold of him. I'm going to interview him with all his bruises. This passenger broke his face, basically. But back to this. So what does verified mean? Verified means that for the existing rider base, most riders don't have to do anything. The badge will show up because Uber will verify their email, their name, and the credit card against third-party databases, and they will get the verified check automatically, the check mark or the badge. For those riders who those 3 items don't match, or new riders who are coming onto the platform, because you can upload some ridiculous name, as we're going to show again at the end of the show, called fake names. But now it's not going to be that easy. Now they're going to say, well, your fake name and with the database we checked on is not matching, sir or madam. Here's where the hole is on this. Would you like to upload government ID or some sort of verified ID, right? So good for safety. I think this is a great start. I don't think it's complete, and I'm not going to say it's complete, but I think this is, I wouldn't say halfway, but at least a third of the way what drivers wanted as far as safety is concerned. Now, the other thing is going to happen is I have my rules as a driver, what to accept, what not to accept. Certain ratings as far as drivers. When I get a ping, if you're below 460, you're not getting in my car. Okay. Obviously, the price of the trip, where it's going, where I'm picking up, all those things are important. However, I'm going to add one more, Chris. I'm only going to pick up verified riders from now on. Okay. That's gonna be my new addition to my guidelines of who to pick up, when to pick up, where to pick up. I mean, that's it. And if you're not verified, and in fact, Uber is pushing a note to the riders now saying that, because some riders may say, screw you, I don't want to upload anything, right? I want to continue as is. Well, Uber is going to tell them, please upload verified ID so we can verify it and give you the badge, right? Uber is sending messages to the riders saying that if you're not verified, if you don't have the badge, you may not get picked up.
That's
Okay.
smart. There you
So
go.
for riders, if you're watching this,
I think they need to take it one step further and say, if you're not verified, then you can't get a ride.
well, that's the hole in this, that they're not going that far. Okay. Well, we know why, because that's the golden goose that lays the golden egg. They're not going to go as far as rebooting people or booting people off the platform. That's the downfall of all this. I get it. You have to put yourself in everybody's shoes, but I think this is an amazing, amazing start. I think, again, will it stop all crime? Will it stop carjackings? Will it stop beatings? No. But what you can do as a driver is, if you don't see the verified badge, pass. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to at least try. Unfortunately, this is not in LA. So on the next screenshot, you guys will see what cities this is in. This actually, by the way, Chris, hold on. This actually, people, is from the newsletter from my article. See, this is what you're going to see. All this information that I cannot talk
but
about.
you didn't send something with the areas of where it is.
Or it's going to be in there. I did send one to you with.
The only thing you got is a request of what it'll look like.
Okay. All right. Well, it's in 12 cities. Okay. See, this is better yet. Please go to sign up to the newsletter so you can read this article. And then the last one, that's how the ping is going to look like going forward. That's an actual ping that I received from a driver. From what I recall, it's Atlanta, Chicago, Baltimore, couple of cities in Texas. I mean, the way it looked to me is they were the highest crime rates in the country. They started with those 12, and they're going to expand it going forward. So I think it's a good start. Uber, much appreciated. However, I don't think it goes too far. And I do understand the balance, by the way. Now people will call me, oh, you're a shill, this and that. No. What I'm saying is that, Uber is not going to let go of the customer. Okay.
No,
one way or the other, but to me is like, I think it's a great start. I think it's something we can improve on. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. Definitely a good start. And a lot of people are seeing the comments. They're like, well, it doesn't mean anything. It does, because if there's something that happens when they're verified, that means that they are able to get law enforcement involved and make sure that the person who did the crime is going to be contacted, or at least the account holder for that person, so they can have a better chance of finding the particular person that caused any problems or issues, whether it's physical or a car or anything like that. They're able to do that. So that's definitely going to be a step in the right direction. Now, the next thing that they need to pay attention to is, if you have a verified rider who's been verified and then kicked off the platform for whatever particular reason, they need to make sure that they stay off the platform, so they cannot get back on because they have another account, even though that they're able to verify it or something. So I think there's got to be some sort of protocol in place that if you get kicked off the platform, when you go to verify and you get run against when it comes that you've been kicked off the platform already, you cannot sign up again. I think something like that needs to be put into place. And then, beyond that, there's probably a couple other things, but so far, I think it's definitely a good start.
Yeah, and that's a good question, Rick. That's being worked on as we speak, because that's why I let it there. Mr. Gambit, the top cherry picker in LA, says, yes, I get verified checks in LA. Really? I'm not sure. I don't think it's in LA yet. Doesn't mean anything. You still, yeah. I mean, look, ultimately you're on your own. Please have a dash cam. I mean, seriously, I don't know how many times we can say that. You know, look, this is a good start. I'm not going to say it's everything that we wanted, but it's a good start. And you know, it's a peace of mind. I mean, look, it's you know, am I going to be comfortable still, you know, picking up somebody with a verified badge versus with somebody without one? I'd rather pick up somebody with a verified badge than not. I mean, what else is there to say? So,
Mhm.
you know.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.